Okay, team. Hey, we are now looking at 4.5. 4.5, and we're graphing lines that are in what's called standard form. Previously, we've been using this form called slope-intercept form, where all we have is a slope and a y-intercept. And 4.5, this helps us graph lines if we don't already have our equation in slope-intercept form. Then we're going to find the x and the y intercepts. So here's a line that we looked at previously. The y-intercept, we've called that our start. It's on our y-axis. So in this line, I would say that the y-intercept is at the coordinates 0, 3. That's the y-intercept right there. Now we're going to start talking about the other intercept called the x-intercept, and that occurs where the line crosses the x-axis. So in this case, it's right here at what looks to be -7. The x-intercept is -7, 0. So if I'm trying to find the intercepts from a graph, that's not too difficult. I literally just need to check my y-axis, and then I also need to check my x-axis, and that's where I get my intercepts. Now, something else super important that I need to note is that intercepts always occur where there's a 0 in the coordinates. So the y-intercept, that occurs when x is 0 because it falls right on the y-axis. And then also the x-intercept occurs exactly when y is 0 because it's right on the x-axis. Now that's going to be really important if we're finding the intercepts from an equation and we don't have a graph. For example, question number 8 from the 4.5 online assignment, we're asked to graph a linear equation and we're not given a graph. We're actually going to have to graph the line ourselves, which means we're going to have to find the intercepts first. And full disclosure, team, scratch paper is absolutely required for a question like this. I'm going to start by writing down the equation. And then if I want to find the y-intercept, well, I know from this picture that the y-intercept, it occurs when x is 0. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change x. I'm going to substitute in 0 into its place. So now my equation reads 18 times 0 plus 9y equals 72. Now 18 or -18 times 0 is just 0. And 0 plus 9y is just 9y. So now my last step to find the y-intercept is just get y by itself. To do that, I'm going to divide both sides by 9. And when I do that, I have y equals 8. Now in order to find the y-intercept, or rather to find the x-intercept, I'm going to have to plug in 0 for y now. So last time I plugged in 0 for x to find the y-intercept. This time I'm plugging in 0 for y, and I'm going to find the x-intercept. Now 9 times 0 is just 0, so really 18x plus 0 equals 72. It's like this term doesn't even exist anymore. So really, this is the equation I'm solving. I just need to divide both sides by -18, and x equals -4. So my x-intercept occurs at -4, 0. All right. Now I have a x-intercept and a y-intercept. Now I can graph this line in the coordinate plane. So here's my graph. I already put my y-intercept on my coordinate plane. Now I need to put the x-intercept on my coordinate plane. And once I have both intercepts, I can take a straight edge, line up my intercepts, sketch my line all the way through, And now I have successfully graphed a line by finding the x and the y intercepts. All right, guys, hope this helps on 4.5. Thanks for playing.